Humans of the cardboard, let's fucking go! We are back with 2 new RIKKA support cards. I'm extremely excited for this. This is so cool. If you do not know, I am a pretty big fan of RIKKA. I think the archetype's really cool. I think it was actually better than people thought. The problem was it just came out in a set alongside Eldritch, immediately tier 1. To this day, arguably still tier 1 if you're looking at like the Cyber, Brave, Eldritch variants. And Emancipator, which is like was one of the most insane combo decks we've ever seen until Block Dragon got banned. So the fact that this ended up being like the one nobody looked at was kind of crazy. But it's a pretty good engine in Sun Avalon. Now the engine gets even better. Let's get into this stuff. Okay, so we're starting off here with RIKKA Snow Princess. Very cool. She is a level 4 water plant. Guys, I made a video a little bit after I played like pure RIKKAs for a little bit. And I made a video talking about what I wanted the archetype to see. And the biggest card I wanted was another level 4 extender. Because they got Strenna. Strenna is great. But the problem is, it didn't feel like RIKKA's actually facilitated getting to Strenna that easily. Like, how are you going to give them one of their best monsters and make it, like, not even that easy to summon? And it's not supposed to be, like, an end boss monster or anything. So, awesome. Alright, from here, 0 attack, 0 defense. So, no stats, but that's fine. It's just an extender. First and second effects are hard once per turn effects. During your main phase, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, you cannot special summon monsters while you control this monster, except for plant monsters. It's actually pretty cool. I mean, that makes this technically even a little bit more splashable in other stuff. I mean, I also mess around with like Ogdoadic, and so the idea with this is that you could literally just use this as a generic level 4 extender as long as the next card you make is Strenna. So if you put like any reptile on the field or whatever, level 4 reptile, you can special this, make Strenna, and then tribute it for Curse's effect in Grave. Then get you to Hyperiton. So potentially could be made use of in there as an extender, but it isn't a reptile, so it can be a little weird. But the restriction's not that bad. It's just while it's on the field, which is pretty good. And it's a level 4, so you could actually special summon this, link it into like a, I believe the Sun Avalon or Sunvine or Sunseed Link one, whatever it is. And that clears it off the field, and now you're able to go off, which is pretty cool. Second effect, when your opponent activates a monster effect and you control a RIKKA monster. Quick effect. Shuffle this card from your hand or graveyard into the deck and attribute a plant monster. Negate that effect. That is but they literally just said, you use this as a level 4 extender. Even if it just had the first effect, I would have been like, I will take that all day. But now it's a negate once you use it in Grave. So good. I mean, you do have to control RIKKA. And you have to tribute a plant. But that is just good. And also one of the problems with some of the like Sun Avalon / plant interruptions that we've seen is there's not a lot of negate stuff. That's why a lot of people are excited about the Therian stuff, because it's an omni negate. They have a lot of target a monster on the field and negate it, or target and remove. Like Bengal Lancer is a bounce. The Arrow Mage Synchro gives you a pop. And then you have like the RIKKA Trap, which is like a target and negate, almost like a Widow Anchor. And there's also like the Sun Avalon Trap, Continuous Trap. That card's like a negate everything on the field kind of card. One time. This card can negate any monster effect, no matter where it's coming from. That even includes Nibiru. If you can just put this, even if this card's in your hand, not even get it in the grave yet, and your opponent tries to nib you while you have a RIKKA on field, you can negate that. That even helps Sun Avalon immensely. I think this card's crazy. This card's insane. This card's so good. So no complaints. Very, very happy with this card. Let's just leave it at that. Next up here, Erika Arrival. A field spell. Very interesting. You can only use the first effect of this card's effects once per turn. The first effect reads, if you control a RIKKA monster, you can set one RIKKA spell or trap directly from your deck to your spell and trap zone. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except plant monsters. Second effect, once per turn, if you would tribute a plant monster you control to activate a RIKKA's card effect, you can tribute one face-up monster your opponent controls instead. Let's go! This card, okay. just to simplify this card reads insane for Rikkas. It does not read as insane in like Sun Avalon or Plant Good Stuff, whatever you want to call it, quite as well, right? Because you have to control a Rikka monster to get the set from deck. Technically, you could set the search spell just to get into that part of your deck, which is really cool. And like, oh my gosh, this card is so wild though. This card helps the deck go second in the sense that like, if you're able to resolve into like the Rikka search spell, the search spell will contribute a plant on field. So with this card, it literally searches you a card that then contribute an opponent's monster to search 2 monsters. So wild. So wild. Yeah, this card's just sweet, honestly. Like, all of the Rikka spells and traps, if you don't know, if you're not, like, super informed on the archetype, all the spells and traps say, like, do one thing that's pretty good, but if you want, you can also tribute a plant monster you control to pretty much make the card, in most cases, twice as powerful. In the case of the Rhoda card, it literally like adds a Rikka, but if you also want to tribute a monster, you can add another plant with the same level. Is it the same level as the monster you tributed or the same level of the Rikka you search? It's one of those, but essentially it takes it from a search 1 to a search 2, and now we don't even have to give up a monster on 3. We can just tribute an opponent's monster to search 2. Insane. And for the Widow Anchor, the Widow Anchor's like negate a monster, but if you want to tribute a plant, you can also steal that monster. So now we can tribute an opponent's monster to then negate and steal another monster. So freaking strong. So Pure Rikka gets a huge buff here. I cannot wait to mess around with these cards for Pure Rikka and for Sun Avalon. Particularly this card becomes like a really nasty extender for Sun Avalon, which is really sweet. Very excited. Very excited about a lot of this stuff. This card's... Oh my gosh, dude. This is crazy. If you make... You can make Strenna with this. Use Strenna to add this back to your... Or add whatever other Rikka you have engraved back to your hand. And you have to detach this so now this is engraved. And then if you can leave Strenna on field because if your opponent activates a monster effect, you can use this to negate, tribute the Strenna on field, and then Strenna gets you either Hyperiton or the other Rikka rank 8, I think. So you get like the rank 8 or you get Hyperiton for a monster negate or a quick tribute. That's so good. This card is great. Both these cards are insane. I'm so excited for this. Thank you so much for watching though, guys. That's pretty much everything I wanted to cover here in this video. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's any other sick interactions that I didn't mention here with these 2 cards as it pertains to plant decks in general or strictly Pure Rikka. Please let me know. I'm really excited to mess around with these. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.